Okay, so today we're just going to keep this video really short. We're just going to go over these two worksheet questions. The one here states, what would be the minimum acceptable micrometer reading in the bend area of a piece of 5052-0-0.5 by 0.028 tubing. Okay, so I'm going to flip over to the PowerPoint and over to my example question I have down here below me, and we're going to answer this question. So I've rewrote the question, but I've changed the numbers so that way you get to figure that worksheet question out on your own. And it says, what would be the minimum acceptable micrometer reading in the bend area on a piece of AN 5052-0-10 by 0.028? Really quickly, let me remind you what all this stuff means. So the AN 5052 is the composition, okay? That's the material composition. O is annealed. 10 is the diameter in sixteenths, so this would be 10/16, and that's wall thickness. Okay, to solve this wall thickness doesn't really have anything to do with this equation. What we want to concentrate on is what is the outside diameter of this tube. So if we were to go before making a bend and measure the outside diameter of the tube, what would we get? And the answer would be 10/16 or 5/8. But we know micrometers don't read in fractional values, they read in decimal values. So to solve this one, what I've done over here is showed you the math. First, you got to take the outside diameter, 10/16. All I did was take the 10 and put it over 16. That's 10/16. That converts over to 5/8, and then I converted it over to a decimal by taking 5 divided by 8, and I got 0.625. So if I was to measure the outside diameter before making a bend, it would be 0.625 on a micrometer. But when we make a bend, we know we're going to get a little bit of flattening in the bend area. That's normal. And there's actually a requirement we have to meet. And I'm going to go to the PowerPoint to show you what that requirement is. The requirement is this. A small amount of flattening is allowed, provided the tube maintains 75% of its original outside diameter. So basically what we have to do is we have to come back down to our problem. We know the outside diameter is 0.625, so we have to maintain 75% of that. So in the next part of this equation, what I did is I took the outside diameter, multiplied it by 75%, and that answer right there, the 0.4688, would be the minimum micrometer reading in the bend area, right here, of this diameter tube. If I was to have completed the bend, measure the micrometer, I should not get less than this micrometer reading. If I do, then that means I have more than the 25% flattening, or another way to look at it is I have not maintained the 75% outside diameter that I'm required to maintain. So hopefully this clears these two questions up on the worksheet. Like I said, I was keeping it short, just more specifically towards these two questions. Any questions, go ahead, feel free to email me or send me a message and let me know, and I will explain them to you. But I wanted to make sure I had at least explained this to you once, because it's a little more difficult to understand without somebody explaining it to you. Thanks for watching. Again, be safe, wash those hands.